Welcome to this explainer. Right now, in the summer of 2026 across the US, Canada, and Mexico, we are watching an unprecedented, historic reality unfold. We're witnessing something that goes way beyond normal sports history. We're watching the absolute final chapter of a golden era.
So let's just dive right into this, because the gravity of these three specific players stepping onto the pitch for their sixth tournament, well, it should absolutely stop you in your tracks. Three players. 6 World Cups each. One literal last dance.
Just let that sink in for a second. We are talking about 2 full decades of World Cups, starting all the way back in 2006. 20 years. 5 entire tournaments behind them, and now a 6th. Guys, this is an impossible feat in the entire history of football.
Moving on to the sheer absurdity of 6.
Because nobody has ever played 6 World Cups and actually remained genuinely good at all of them. Right? To be on a national squad for that long is one thing, but to still be the main focal point, completely unheard of. We're talking about Lionel Messi at 38, Luka Modrić at 40, and Cristiano Ronaldo at 41. While most players their age are, happily retired, doing TV punditry or coaching youth academies, these 3 legends are incredibly still starting matches on football's biggest stage. It's not normal. It's completely absurd.
Let's start with Messi's joyride. See, this is a man who literally already has everything. Defending champion, got his World Cup, 8 Ballon d'Ors, he's got absolutely nothing left to prove to anyone. So why is a 38-year-old Messi putting himself through the grueling paces of another World Cup? Simply because he loves it. Well, that and his one remaining target on the pitch. He enters this tournament with 13 World Cup goals, which puts him just 3 shy of Miroslav Klose's all-time record of 16. And honestly, with the expanded 48-team format giving teams more matches, breaking this record is a highly realistic goal, especially since defending champions Argentina are expected to make a super deep run.
Now, shifting gears entirely to Ronaldo's final obsession.
Here is a 41-year-old guy who has won almost everything there is to win in club football. Champions Leagues, league titles, individual records that might honestly never be broken. But he has never lifted the World Cup, not once. And at 41, he knows this is it. This is his last real chance. So the crucial takeaway here is this stark contrast. Messi is playing simply because he loves it, right? His legacy is locked. Meanwhile, Ronaldo is playing for his ultimate legacy. He's publicly confirmed this is his farewell, and he enters still scoring, still starting for Portugal, and still utterly obsessed with victory. But then you have to consider this eyebrow-raising public statement he made. He claimed that winning the World Cup is not a dream for him, and that a short tournament of 6 or 7 matches isn't enough to prove greatness. Now, whether you believe him or not is totally up to you. But come on, even though he says this, deep down we all know he wants this trophy more than he'll ever admit.
Next up, we have Modric, the enduring heartbeat.
We absolutely cannot skip the unsung hero of this golden trinity. The guy people often forget to talk about when they get caught up in the endless Messi-Ronaldo debates. Luka Modrić, the undisputed greatest player in Croatia's history, is somehow still running midfields at 40 years old. He's been the engine of Croatia for nearly 2 decades. Remember, he won the Ballon d'Or in 2018, the exact same year he almost single-handedly dragged his nation to a World Cup final. This is the final act for a player who is quite literally outrunning opponents half his age. There's no bigger player in his nation's history, and honestly, there may never be.
Which brings us to the ultimate collision course.
This is the ultimate what-if scenario that has fans all over the world holding their breath as we look at the 2026 knockout bracket. Will Messi and Ronaldo finally meet?
Because despite playing right alongside each other in the exact same era, dominating the same awards and the exact same debates for 20 years, Argentina and Portugal have never faced each other in a World Cup knockout match. 0 times. But in 2026, if both teams advance, as everyone expects them to, the bracket makes it possible for these timelines to finally cross. The greatest rivalry in football history could ultimately be settled in what would be their last match ever against each other. Now, knockout tournaments are obviously unpredictable, but just the mere possibility is enough to make this the most-watched World Cup in history.
But dream matchups aside, this era ends now.
Unpredictable knockout stages and brackets aside, the absolute reality is that, whether we like it or not, an entire era of football is ending right in front of our eyes. Just fast forward to the next tournament in 2030. Do the math. Messi would be 43, Modric 44, and Ronaldo 45. You definitely don't need a sports scientist to tell you the window is closing permanently for these 3 icons. This is it, the definitive end.
Of course, football will keep going. New stars like Mbappe and Haaland are actively writing the future in these very same stadiums, right now, showcasing the incredible talent of the next wave. But there is only one last dance for the players an entire generation grew up watching. The guys who completely defined the sport for the last 2 decades are taking their final bow.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. How will you witness the end of the greatest era in football history? Are you going to watch every single match these three play, knowing that none of us will ever get to experience this kind of sustained, shared magic ever again? Take it all in, guys, because history is happening right now. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and enjoy the tournament.